everyone, and welcome to another episode of The C Shop, where entertainment, business, and giving back meet to bring you the latest in celebrity news and info you won't hear anywhere else. Our celebrity played 11 seasons in the NFL, and he was a two-time All-American, and he won the coveted Heisman Trophy Award. But today, we're going to talk about some things that you may not know about him. So join me in welcoming our celebrity guest, Ricky Williams. Hi there.
I love the intro. Thank you.
Well, I feel like a whole stadium needs to be cheering when I say your
name.
Right?
That's what I was waiting to hear, and I feel so special and accomplished, so thank you.
Well, I know that you have a lot of Twitter followers, so you want to give a shout out to them?
Yes.
All
so,
right.
Hey everyone, and I want to thank all my followers and let you know you can also follow me on Facebook. It's Ricky Williams, number 34. Thank you for the support and keep checking me out.
Yeah. Now, Ricky, I said that we're going to find out some things we may not know about you.
Yeah.
So what's something that might be interesting that not the everyday person might know?
Well, a lot of the times people have stereotypes, and a lot of them are usually accurate. And for me, the interesting fact is I'm really kind of a nerd, you know?
You are?
Yeah. So
How so?
One of my favorite things to do, and I have it on my phone or on my computer as one of my bookmark, is to look up words in the dictionary.
Really?
Yeah. And I got it from a friend. I have a friend who's a writer, and he always uses big words. And so I started looking up the words in the dictionary. And literally, like, it brings joy to my heart and a smile to my face to hear a word. And it's sometimes the simple, basic words, and to look in the dictionary. And what I found is a lot of times when I look up these words, they mean something different than the way that we're taught or the way that we use them.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Can you give me one example?
Well, my favorite example is the word passion. And the word passion comes from the Greek word passio, which means to suffer. So like the passion of Christ.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And then when I thought about it, I said, it's true. All of my relationships that have been the most passionate have been the ones where I suffered the most.
You suffered the most,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah. That's amazing. And I love how you go back to the original meaning.
Yes.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Because, you know, words have changed, but the way
have.
they've changed, it's more been towards the colloquial usage of the words, which kind of gets you away from really the meaning of it. Another good example is the word want, right?
Want.
So a lot of people think the word want means to desire, but if you look in the dictionary, I think there's 27 definitions that mean lack.
Really?
Yeah. So yeah, and if you listen to older people use the word want, they use it in the proper sense of they say he was wanted or he wanted, and they use it to mean lack.
Wow, I'm seeing a whole new dimension of you right now.
See? So it is interesting, right?
Yeah. So tell me what's going on in your life right now.
Well, the thing about it is, we were talking earlier, and you were asking like what a typical week is for me. It's like, and there really isn't a typical week. And you know, I don't have a traditional job, but I do a bunch of jobs. And so this past football season, I did some sports football analysis for Longhorn Network in Austin, and I did some public speaking, some motivational speaking. I even did a couple of seminars, 5-day seminars where.
Oh, let's stop right there. So tell me, what's your favorite subject to talk on?
Getting in trouble.
Oh.
Dealing with adversity.
Okay.
Really is my favorite because that's something that I've been good at my whole life since I was this big.
Yeah, getting into trouble?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I was the only boy in the house, so everything was my fault. And so I got really, really good at it. And so just kind of talking to people on transforming kind of negatives into something that is actually a contribution to their life.
That's great. Yeah. So you do the motivational speaking.
Yeah.
Also, we're going to talk a little bit later about the way that you give back.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite, when you look at everything, I mean, when you wake up in the morning, what are you excited to do?
You know, it changes. It changes every day. You know, so I start every morning with a question. So every morning I wake up and it's something along the lines of, okay, so who am I today? Because I realize like different days I have different interests and different things get me excited. So who am I today and what grand and glorious adventure am I going to have?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Grand and glorious adventure.
Yeah.
You know, someone who enjoys words, I would imagine that you try to put words into your vocabulary that just makes something more adventurous, right?
Yes.
That's very cool.
One of the tools that I use is I ask myself a lot of questions. A lot of questions, because I found like every time I would learn something new and I would turn it into like a conclusion that I wouldn't ever go outside of what I decided was true.
Yeah.
And when I ask questions, everything just kind of keeps opening up more and more, and life for me is more fun that way.
Yeah, definitely. And it seems like the more you ask questions, the more you're coming to that answer that you're looking for, and
Yes.
that answer might change.
And it changes, yeah.
Yeah.
It does change. Usually it changes after about 10 seconds. But,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Constant
Yes.
change.
Yes.
So now I know that you've brought some guests with you today,
Yes.
and we're going to talk about what it is that interests you and interests them. Would you like to bring on our first guest, which is Carol Witt?
Yes, come on, Carol. Come on.
Hi, Carol.
Hi. Hi, Reggie.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Robin.
Well, I'm excited about this because I do have a side small business, and when you're running a small business, you're wearing so many hats. And marketing and advertising can be very foreign to someone who's just starting with their passion, making cupcakes or something along those lines. So can you tell me what you offer someone who has a business?
Yes, absolutely. Online exposure and more traffic. And that's what everybody today is looking for. If you have a business online, even if you have a brick and mortar business, you want to have online traffic and more exposure to your website.
Yeah.
And that's what we offer.
Oh, that's definitely the trend. Now, how do you offer that? So if I'm coming to you and this is something I want, how do you make that happen for me?
Well, what we do is it's actually through an affiliate program. And when you are connected to an affiliate, they actually will get all of your information and for your website and put it on our and post our ad and send it out. And the really cool part about our program is we have what we call a really cool social media piece.
Okay.
And when you post your ad, you literally can send it out to Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Twitter.
Yes, yes.
And you know, it goes viral. So everybody is seeing AdSimple.com, and when they click on our ad, it comes right back to our AdSimple platform. So we're getting a lot of traffic. So
Now, you said it's affordable for everyone. Are there different
Absolutely.
plans?
actually, it's $1 a day.
Wow.
And we want to offer that to the small businesses because they've taken such a hit in the economy in the last couple of years. We want a platform that the small business can you know, get their advertising out.
Yeah.
And this is very interesting because you know I've started my own business also, and it's you know that's one of the things where I get intimidated as far as marketing, and I have all these you know these conclusions and these fixed points of views that I can't do it, and then there's not going to be people that see what I'm doing.
Right.
And it's a great product, and it's like if I can get people to see what I'm doing and get them interested, then I know my business will be successful.
Absolutely. One other thing that's really great about this program is that it's going to be something where people, we call it an advertising collective, and I've really never seen anything like it before, where you can, if you're doing an event, you could have lots of people that are supporting that event come onto our ad platform and send it out to all their social media.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, so it can go viral in a very short period of time.
Oh, that is fantastic. And it seems
very
like it doesn't
exciting.
matter if you have a small business or an organization or a charity,
Exactly.
that this would be good for everyone.
Oh, speaking of charities, we have just created a program that's actually going to work with missionaries.
Oh, really?
Sending kids on missionaries. Very excited about our fundraising program.
That is cool.
Very
I definitely have
excited.
to talk more about that later with
I
you
know.
personally.
I want to
That's
talk
cool.
to Ricky because I know he is really into that.
Now, something else I wanted to ask you about is there's no spam involved?
No. Well, because it's, you know, and I don't want to name names, but there are programs out there, there are directories out there that are free, and as a result of it, you get a lot of spam and a lot of scams. Well, with ours being a premium classified directory, you won't be dealing with that, and you won't be advertising alongside of those kinds of businesses.
Right. And $1 a day. I mean,
Who
a cup of
can't
coffee
afford
is
that?
more than $1 a day.
Exactly.
Even the
Who
people on the
can't
side of the
afford
road
that?
asking for money can afford that.
Exactly.
That is
And
amazing.
we really want to champion the small business. They've just taken such a hit, so we're really wanting to support that. We want to see small business grow and thrive again.
Now, how can someone find out about how they can get this service from you? What is the name of your website?
It's called AdSimple.com.
Okay, and that's
Guys, it's
right below. You
beautiful.
can see that right below.
Yes, go and check it out. It's a beautiful site. We are very, very proud of it. And we actually do not launch this until the end of February. So we're in pre-launch still.
Wow.
Gotcha. Oh, that is great.
And we've done very well. We've done, in the last couple of months, we've done over 190,000 hits.
That's amazing.
From outside coming into our program. And that's just the social media function that we
And so people that are part of the program, they get, like, what do they get?
They get to post their ad. You can do five images, and there must be an image with your ad.
Okay.
And what they get, though, is they get the backlinking. So we actually will take their website and put it in the ad to where when somebody comes to the ad, from clicking from Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn, they can go right to that person's website.
Yeah.
So we're giving them traffic. So I've actually had clients say, I've never had traffic on my website before, thank you.
And that backlinking, I've learned, is really important.
Very important.
On search engines, to bring your website higher and higher. The more people linking to you, the more valuable they see that your company is.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited in what you're doing, in the fact that, I mean, small businesses are the backbone of America, and the fact that you're helping them out in an affordable way.
I agree.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was nice to meet you.
It was nice meeting you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
And we'll talk later, yeah?
Yes, we will.
Now everyone can go to the website you can see below the screen right here. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
I mean, you can use it, I can use it. Now, I want to talk a little bit more about, she had mentioned kids, and I know you're very much connected with children through your organization. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so the Ricky Williams Foundation, I started it back in 1999. And when I first started, it was just because that's what professional athletes are supposed to do.
Oh, okay.
And so I knew I wanted to give back, but I had no real idea of what I could do that really would make a difference.
Yeah.
And I knew I wanted to do something with education. So as the years went by and I started to get a sense of what I would enjoy doing and what I would be good at, I decided I went back to Austin and I started talking to the school district, and I said, I want to do an after school program. And I explained to them that, you know, as a kid, I was a latchkey kid. My mom went to night school, so it was my sisters and I at home pretty much by ourselves. We had to learn to cook, clean, and do all these things. And then I saw that there was a need in the community, you know, to give these kids some kind of support.
Yeah.
And so we started an after school program, and it was really fun. It was me and my best friend. It's two guys that don't have really a background in education, and we just took our personal experiences and created this program. And it's been fun for the program to grow and change, and you know, now we're in 2 schools and work with 100 kids, and it's just been amazing what we've been able to do.
That's incredible. One thing that I learned years ago is that latchkey kids, there's a lot of crime that happens just during those hours where kids don't have something productive to do.
Yeah.
So you're really filling that void. Do you have any future plans of expanding?
We would love to expand, and we're looking at it, but we also want to keep the quality. Of what we're doing, and so we're not trying to expand too fast. We tried to do that a couple of years ago and it didn't work.
Yeah.
And you know, really part of it is keeping the kids out of trouble, but we do it from because when kids hear that they're there to stay out of trouble, they don't really like that. So the way I approach it is I look back and I said, yeah, I had a great football career and playing football was a lot of fun, but I didn't know that I was an intelligent person until I was 27 years old. And so I said, what if these kids had a supportive group of people around them, giving them opportunities that they never would have otherwise, and just giving them the chance to experience more of who they really are and get a sense of what they'd really like to do in life.
Yeah.
And so it's really about providing a holistic experience for them that they wouldn't get anywhere else.
Yeah, that's amazing, because even though our schools try to do something like that, it seems like you probably have more liberty to...
I can do pretty much almost whatever I want with the kids, and it's fun.
So now, right after school, they'll go to your program.
Right after school, they come to our program. So the way the day starts is they come to our program, and you know, I'm a yoga instructor or something else that I do.
Wow, another surprise from Ricky.
Yeah, and so we do a yoga exercise. It's really simple, just to kind of get the kids to kind of get into their bodies and to relax. Then we'll have the kids talk about their day, because a lot of these kids, even if when they do go home, their parents don't really ask about their day. So
yeah, the parents are probably exhausted from working all day.
Yeah, and or on drugs, but so
not unavailable at the moment.
Yes, and so they get a chance to talk about their day, and then we go into a quote of the day, and it can be anything from Henry Ford to Joe Montana to Gandhi, and so they get to just experience a different way to look at things that wouldn't get anywhere else. And then we go outside and do a team building exercise, so they get to move around and they work as a team. And our only rule is the golden rule: treat others how you'd like to be treated.
I love it.
And so, what I teach the kids is, if you guys want success, the best way and quickest way to have success is to wish success for your classmates. And so we come back in, and then we do homework. We help them finish their homework, and then we go
good.
outside and we exercise some more. They get some free time to exercise, come inside and play games or do whatever they would like.
I love how you touched on everything.
Yes.
Getting their work done, calming down, sharing their day. I mean, that is amazing. It really is holistic.
And we look at issues that are real for them. Like a lot of them are 2, 3, 4 grade levels behind us in reading.
Wow.
And so I looked at it and I said, okay, and I looked at their homework and they're reading about Paul Revere. And it's great if you enjoy history, but a lot of these kids could care less about Paul Revere.
Yeah.
And so we started these things called study groups or reading groups. And what we do is we pick video games, fashion, science, whatever they're interested in, and we find kid level articles for them to read so that they see it can be actually fun to read. It's not just schoolwork.
That's hitting on their interests is the way to go.
Yeah.
That's great. Now, I know you have another supporter that you've brought with us.
Yes.
Would you like to introduce him? It's T. Lamont Silver Sr.
All right, come on, T. Lamont. How you doing?
How you doing, buddy?
Welcome to the
Robin,
show.
good to see you again.
Yes,
Good to see you again.
too. So, T. Lamont. Okay, so let's talk about what you're working on right now.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, what we're working on is what we've worked on for the last 19 years, empowering people to generate additional revenue streams from the privacy of their own home. And that is so much fun. We're seeing everyone from a college student that can't find a good job to someone that's on Social Security that needs additional income. And so being able to do that from the privacy of our own home, showing other people how to do that from the privacy of their own home, and build a global, an international income stream, so rewarding, so much fun.
That's amazing.
I've always wondered, is there a skill set required to be successful with this?
Well, it's not so much a skill set. The biggest thing is, like anything else, like being a football player, you need to have mentors.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, someone who can guide you through the ropes, because every day there are tens of thousands of folks all across the globe coming online, trying to find a way to make money.
Right.
And they have no clue what to do. And so you can spend a tidy fortune buying this course, buying that course, joining this, joining that, and not have a clue as to what you should be looking for, how to begin to market yourself online or what have you. And that's what we really focus on, is bringing together our global leadership team to show people how they can generate revenue online.
Wow.
You know, that's the thing I would be scary about if I wanted to do a home-based business, trying to do it on my own and having some pitfalls and not having anyone to talk to, but you've solved that.
Exactly. One of my favorite book, as a matter of fact, talks about mentors, and it says that when people don't have mentors, the things that they hoped about and dreamed about, those things get frustrated or disappointed. But in the multitude of mentors, those things they hoped about and prayed for and cried over, those things eventually come true. So you need good mentors in your life, and so we we put those mentors into people's lives, and as a result, we're seeing people from everywhere, from the U.S. to Canada to Australia to the Caribbean to Israel, that are developing revenue streams online, in many cases for the very first time.
Wow, that's amazing.
And you said good mentors. Now, if I want to learn football, I'm going to go to Ricky and talk to him,
Exactly.
right? So I want to go to someone like you because you have built a 400,000 member team.
Exactly.
Which is amazing.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know that many people. I
Neither
don't have that many clothes. I don't know anything that's that number. That's amazing. And 3 times you've built a 7-figure income.
Yeah, and again, it goes back, I'm a college kick out, so, I don't have a college degree. If I went back now and got my college degree, it would mess up my story. It would almost be like me growing hair. That would mess up my story. We've had tremendous mentors in our lives, and we've been able to assemble a team of mentors to mentor others. And as a result, I don't know 400,000 folks, but we'll pour into someone's life, and they'll pour into someone else's life, and before you know it, you're impacting folks all across the globe.
Yeah.
Now, what ways can I get into a home business? So what's the vehicle? I know the end result is I'm going to do well because I have a good mentor. So what's the vehicle to get me there?
Well, one of the sites that we have is givingforprofits.com.
Okay.
And what this is an affiliate network. We're not a particular company, but what we do is we help lead people to help them understand what types of companies online they may want to consider working with and promoting for. And then, here's the big thing is, we then show them how.
Okay.
So, Ricky, you were talking about you were saying hello to your Twitter following and your Facebook following. Well, how do I take my Twitter following and monetize that following? How do I take my Facebook following and monetize that following? If I'm not good at recruiting or sponsoring or selling, how do I still get people to come and want to try my product or service or what have you? And that's what they'll learn at Giving for Profits.
Now, givingforprofits.com, you can see below the screen right now. So go there. Even during this program, you can go there and check it out. But we're going to bring on another guest, a friend that you brought with you.
Yes. She's actually one of our global leadership team members.
Oh.
We call her Queen Twitter because she's got hundreds of thousands of folks following her on Twitter.
Wow.
She shows people how to use Twitter. So Queen Twitter, Frances Alexander.
All right, Frances. Welcome to the show. Well, I'd love to talk to you. I have a Twitter account, but I don't have that many followers. So basically, if someone wants to monetize their Twitter, let's say I have 100 followers, who teaches me how I can get more and how I can monetize that?
That would be me.
That would be you. All right.
That would be me.
So what would our relationship be like? Can I email you? Can I call you if I become a part of the team?
Actually, we work on webinars.
Oh, okay.
So we, and you can call me. I'm available, email, calling. But webinars, we do a training, and we just have, really good time just doing all the things, online and getting paid every day.
Now, can anyone monetize their Twitter, or do you have to be a certain type of individual, like a superstar like Ricky? Or can you just be an average Joe?
You can be an average Joe.
Okay.
And you can, basically there are, many different ways in which to monetize your Twitter, have people following you from all over the world. The one thing, when I got on Twitter and I started doing my Twitter, I found out that I am touching lives around the world every single day. 69, 70, 80 countries were hitting me on Twitter.
Wow.
And I could see that by certain applications. And then I just started going from there.
Wow, that's amazing. So now all I have to do is get the Twitter account, and then I can connect with you, and we'll go from there?
We'll go from there, yes.
Okay, excellent. And how can I contact you? Is it through the same website?
No. Can everydaybepayday.com is how.
Can everydaybepayday.com.
Yes.
I love that. That's good. Yes, I want to answer that. Yes.
So
That's incredible.
So that's what we teach.
So now,
get paid
how long
every
have
day.
you been doing this, and what made you go into the Twitter area?
I've been doing it for 19 years, like T. Lamont, and when I started working online, I was trying to figure out which way to go: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and then I got into Twitter, and it was on from there.
Yeah, and you just loved it.
So if you could give me like one hint,
Little tip.
one little tip, what would it be for Twitter?
For Twitter,
Yeah. I think I'm right at 93,000.
Whoa.
okay.
That's amazing.
For you, you're getting followers. What I do is get followers who then, I get followers and I follow them.
Yeah.
So they'll see, and basically it's a little different from yours. So my followers, I also follow, and then they see my messages and I see their messages, and other people see their messages. So it's a little bit
like a
different.
Relationship.
It's
more.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's more.
But I wouldn't mind having that relationship. That's one of the things that I've been hesitant to do is follow people. And so maybe if I start following more people and kind of getting myself out there more, that it may.
That could.
Yeah.
But that's where the monetizing comes in, and just giving them your message. And then they see your message and decide that, oh, I like that message, I'm going to check that out.
Yeah.
So.
I can do that.
Yeah. With 93,000, I don't know of anyone that has that many followers. That's pretty amazing.
Well, it is, but there's some people that have the national championship football game that was on Alabama and Notre Dame. The quarterback for Alabama's girlfriend, they showed her.
Oh, I remember.
And
yes.
I think she got like 150,000 followers just within the next 24 hours.
Wow.
Yes,
So
it can
all you
happen
have to do
just
is go to a football game and look attractive.
And date the quarterback. Yep.
That might be a little harder.
Yeah.
Not everyone can do that. Well, that's really cool. So you got connected with T. Lamont.
Yes.
And he's one of your mentors.
Yes.
And this is how you've been able to do this.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's really important because there's always going to be someone who knows more, and then you're going to be able to mentor. And I'm sure that you do this as well, you know, with football.
Yeah, and I just got mentored. So.
Yes, there you go.
All right, Ricky.
That's good. Seeking out good mentors, I think, is the way to go. So, T. Lamont, can you tell me some other aspects of your business?
Well, certainly, and actually, what the funny part, you said I mentored. We call her Queen Twitter. When it comes to Twitter, I mean, she mentors me. All right, so it's a mentor-mentee back and forth relationship. Yeah. Our biggest thing is we want people, as she said with her website, to make money every day. And so what we've sought out are opportunities where the average person, if they're not good at recruiting, if they're not good at sponsoring, if they're not good at selling, they can still generate revenue every single day. And so what happens with the systems that we normally share with folks that they're typically very interested in is the more you give, you were talking about giving, the more you give, the more you receive. It's a universal law, which is why our site is giving for profit. So what happens if the more I give, the more I get, the more I give, the more I get, the more I give, the more I get. So we teach people how to give so they can get. With the companies we tend to promote business for, we give samples of the company's products to customers. Those customers then come back and use the product over and over again, and then the company shares a portion of their daily revenue with our affiliate base.
Give me that website again.
Giving for Profits.
Giving for Profits. You're going to see this below the screen right now. You can go to givingforprofits.com. .com. There you go. Now, share with me some other aspects besides Twitter. Let's say someone is totally not a Twitter person. Are there other areas that they could gravitate towards?
They certainly can, because again, we like to say you can earn while you learn. I mean, we got so many testimonies of, we've got a couple that's in their 70s. Now, you would think 70s, you don't know a lot about the internet, perhaps, okay?
Perhaps.
But they're generating revenue every single day.
Wow.
Then we've got the person that just got out of high school or just got out of college, that they're generating revenues every single day. So we'll have webinars where we talk about a specific business or specific techniques. They're different methods. Like Queen Twitter, she loves Twitter. I love YouTube. Someone else may love LinkedIn or using Skype. And so we're bringing on mentors. Again, I'm not the Twitter dude or dudette.
But
that's
you
where
know
Queen
the
Twitter comes in. Okay?
Right.
Now, when it comes to YouTube, I'll share some knowledge about YouTube, and someone else may come on and talk about Skype or LinkedIn or what have you.
Okay.
So the thing is to, yes, sir.
I'm sorry. So your name now is King YouTube, okay? So King YouTube, can you give me a tip?
Well, certainly. One, YouTube, know that YouTube and Google owns YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right? And so what you want to do is you want to put out a lot of different videos on the same topic. If you go to Google, for instance, and you look at whatever your keyword may be, and you look at that front page, I want to get as many of my videos that rank on Google and YouTube as I possibly can. And so one of the ways you do that is, let's say I want to do a video series on giving for profits. So what I'll do is I'll make sure giving for profits is in my subject line. I'll make sure I put out as many videos as I can crank out. It may only be a 1 or 2 or 3 minute video, you know, but I'll put that in the subject line, and then all of a sudden somebody goes to YouTube, they type in giving for profits, and they see this beautiful bald head dude, kind of looking like you, right?
I need some glasses. I'm gonna be on. Yeah. I like it. I like it.
Yes, there we go.
Oh, and then another thing is, like in your case, if every time you did a video, you tweeted out that you just did a video so that more people go watch the video, you want them to like it, and you want them to leave a good sterling message. So when YouTube and Google picks that up, they're saying, oh, they're conversing about Ricky's video.
Right.
And it starts ranking up higher and higher and higher.
I could talk to you two all day. This is so fascinating, and it really is the wave of the future. People need to know how to do this. So thank you so much for joining us. I hope you come back again so we can talk some more.
Thank you.
It's nice to meet you, Queen Twitter.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you again.
Go Ravens.
Isn't that fun?
Oh, that's incredible. I'm getting so much from this. I just learned a lot. I'm gonna go home tomorrow and start tweeting and shooting videos and
That's
put them
right.
on YouTube.
And they probably don't have to be professional videos. I mean, when you look at the stuff that's on YouTube, it's just the funniest things are the things that are just candid. Yeah.
And I have a lot of stuff to talk about, so I could do it. I could spend a whole day videotaping myself talking.
So in a week or two, we can type in Ricky Williams, and we're gonna have some videos.
You'll have a bunch of videos.
Oh, good. So now let's talk about what's coming up for you in the future. Do you have any books in the works, or?
Yeah, I'm actually working on a book, and I'm also I'm getting into doing seminars now. So I do like a 5-day seminar.
Wow.
Which it kind of incorporates a lot of the things that I've been, learning about for the past, for my whole life. And I spend 5 days with people, and I'm doing a book that's talking about my life, and I don't like to talk about lessons learned because, I think when we say we made a mistake, that's only based on the present. But if we looked at the big picture, we would see that mistakes really don't exist. So just sharing with people, and really, like we talked about, really empowering people to be all they can be, and don't let other people's opinions slow you down.
Right, exactly, because at the end of the day, it's just you.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people go through life and they don't examine their life.
Yeah.
They get caught up in the 9 to 5, and it's great if you can spend those 5 days just really examining what's going on and what changes need to happen.
A big part of what we do is we ask a lot of questions, and we do examine, but really what I see creates the most amount of change is a lot of the times we look back on our life and we look at all the mistakes we made. And so what we do in these 5 days is we look back and we look at all the things that we did that were really cool and really created our lives for us.
I like that.
And so when you focus on the negative, that's what you get more of, and when you focus on the positive, that's what you get more of. And so you look at things in a different light, and
That's good.
your point
Reframing it.
your point of view creates your reality. So if you can change your point of view about something, your life changes.
I like it. That's a good note to leave on. Now, do you want to give us a shout out one more time to your Twitter followers so you can get some new Twitter followers,
Yes.
maybe?
I
We'll
need-
bump that up to 150,000?
At least 150,000. Yeah. So it's at Ricky Williams, and on Facebook it's Ricky Williams number 34.
All right, and you can follow us right here at C Shop on Twitter at CShopTV.